Hi, this is Sonia with Artsy Solutions, and welcome to days 26 through 31 of hashtag Essence of Time. And this is hosted by Vera of Spilled Coffee Crafts. And basically, it's a 100-day project where you have 10 minutes. If you only had 10 minutes, what could you create in that time frame? So, lately I haven't had any time. So I'm playing catch up because of my work schedule, and then I had issues with my editing software. So now we're back on track, and I can edit my videos again. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do 6 sessions, but like usual, one of the 10-minute sessions will be fully recorded, and then well, all of it's going to be recorded, but one of them will be the whole 10 minutes in real time, and then the other 5 sessions excuse me, will be sped up. So I've gathered some stuff together because the last session we did was when I made this background here using the stencils and different things, and we colored around the edges and stuff like that, and my goal was to decorate the page, but I never got a chance to. So and I also made like a collage using some stickers and papers and paints, and I'd used a what do you call it, embossing folder, and I picked up some of the images from the embossing folder using acrylic paints and stuff like that. So this is where we are now. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut some of this down. Let me go ahead and start my timer. I'm going to cut some of this down and I'm going to do a layout, and everything, the first 10 minutes, you know, you'll see some of the things I'm going to consider using, and then after that, you'll see me fast forward. When I say fast forward, it's going to be fast forward. All right, so starting our 10 minutes now. Yeah, I do want to make some cards out of these, or tags, because I think that that'll be fun. And so I'm just going to cut some strips. And even my little, well, I was going to say even my little small strips I might keep, but this just came off, but it'll be all right. So I'm going to try to cut some down where the words are showing on some of them. And let's see. I may have some big tags and may have some little tags. That looks kind of, does it look straight? It doesn't really look too straight to me. Let me try to straighten that out a little bit. So yeah, I've just been working, doing my same old normal routine, getting situated and stuff like that. So what have you guys been up to? Anything new? Any more crafting? Any projects? Things like that? I haven't really done anything too exciting lately. So let's see. I think I want to leave that like that for now. I'm just going to cut these into just different shapes. Like I said, I want to keep some of the words, but if I have to, I will cut some of them. And I'm probably going to make like a Parisian theme journal layout, just for the fun of it. Because I love coffee theme, I love Paris theme. I like different themes, actually. I do kind of like shabby chic and vintage and grunge. I like a lot of different things. And a lot of those go hand in hand anyway, so. And I think I am going to be using some Happy Meal from various people, and I'll tell you who it's from as I get to it, if I remember. Some of it I've had for a while, so I might forget who I got it from. And I'm sorry if I do, but I'll try to remember who I got it from and mention it whenever I do use it. Alright, so we've got some of these. Some of these I might use as tags, and then some of these I might use as pockets. So we're going to see. Let me just set this here for now. I want to do a layout first. So I've gathered some stuff together that I might or might not use. I'm not 100% sure. I've got like, of course, different little bits and bobs, butterflies and different little fussy cut images, things like that. And then I also have, I have this little napkin. I don't know if I'm going to use it on this layout or on another layout. I may use this on this layout. I'm not real sure yet either. We're just going to see as we go along. And then I've also got some of these little papers that I had, I don't know if I got this from Happy Meal or if I got this from Dollar Tree. Because I've bought some of these and I've also gotten a pack of these in Happy Meal. So I may use this. So I've got, let's see. This right here is, of course, some scrap paper. And I think that was one of the ones that I had gotten from Cheryl from one of her lives. Because on every other, excuse me, every other Tuesday, she has like a live sale for craft supplies and stuff like that. And I had gotten that one earlier in the month. Either last month or earlier this month, something like that. And so I've gotten that one, and I think this is one of the ones that Darcy had made, because she and Darcy do it together. And this right here comes from Dawn. I had gotten this last year around Thanksgiving sometime, and I love that image. So I think I'm going to use her. And this is going to be, of course, a coffee Parisian kind of theme. So I may use this right here. It's another piece of what I had used, the same fabric that's on the cover. I don't know for sure if I'm going to use it or not, but I set that aside just in case. But I definitely want to use her. I'm trying to think of where I want to place her at too, because I don't want to cover up my grungy stuff. So I'll probably put her right here. And I had ordered something from Fam of Livy's Lovelies, and I love this stamped dress form. So I'm definitely going to use that, because that goes right along with the Parisian theme. So let me just cut that out. I'm trying not to take too long with the fussy cutting. But you know, I love me some dress forms and all that. I might use a little bit of lace with this. I'm not real sure. Let's see. I tried to go ahead and get prepared only for this particular session because I knew that I had a lot that I had to catch up on. So I did try to get somewhat organized. Now my next few sessions, hopefully I won't have to do that, because it will just be my normal 10 minutes and just make something, you know. But I did try to go ahead and prepare this session, or these sessions. So, alright, and I'm going to probably put this on the opposite side. I don't know yet, but I do need to go ahead and distress it for sure. Let's see. Let me get my distress oxide ink. I love this stuff, this vintage photo. I use it on pretty much everything. I'm just going to go around the edges. I might go around it with some black ink as well. I like to do that. You know what? As a matter of fact, I think I might even emboss this. Yeah, let me just move some of this out the way. I have so much clutter. It's amazing. Alright, I'm going to slide that there. A little blank piece of paper. And I'm going to do like I usually do. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And I'm just going to, before I emboss some of my stuff, I like to go around the edges with some type of a pen. It doesn't have to be a black pen. It could be whatever color, you know. So, because when it gets embossed, it's like it really defines the part that you've highlighted and stuff. So, especially with this being black and white, I really like that. Oh, and this pen is also Happy Meal. My coworker, it's a Sharpie. She had given this, and I've got 2 more that she'd give me along with some of my other stuff. And I forgot to put that in my little, I put it on Facebook, you know, what she had got me or whatever. But yeah, these were part of it too, and I forgot to add these because I'd already added it to my little collection over here. My craft supply stuff. Okay, and then I'm just going to go around. I do this with all of my, like I said, I do this with almost all of my embossing, because if you don't, and you don't have, this is totally optional, you don't have to do this. But I feel like if you don't do that, then it'll still show. I mean, you'll still get a shine depending on what type of embossing powder you're using. And I'm going to be using clear detail embossing. And I love that clear detail embossing powder simply because it's not like super thick, and I'm only covering up the areas that I highlight. And then I'm using this Distress. Oh, well, that's my 10 minutes. But anyway, I'm using this Distress embossing pen, and then I'm going to be going over it with this clear detail embossing powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start timing it, and then you're just going to hear some music until I'm almost done. So let's get started. Okay, so we just stopped on session 2. Now it's time to start session 3. Okay, so that's it for session 3. So now we're starting session 4. So that's the end of session 5, and now we're starting on our very last one. Alright, so time is officially up, and I just wanted to add a tab to this tag. So I'm just going to round these corners off, and I'm just going to add this on. I don't know how it's going to look, but it's a little different, but it'll be okay. And then basically the layout is pretty much as done as it's going to get, because I'm not going to do any more to it. At least not today. I may add something else in a little later on a different day. But this is, I'm going to call this done. So let me just punch a hole in this. And we've got our coffee theme layout. Well, I think I will put a brad right there. I mean, an eyelet right there. I mean, if you're going to do it right? So since I've already got it out, I think I'm just going to do a silver one. Somehow, I'm always getting it off center. But it'll be okay. But this was fun. It's just sad it just took me 6 days of sessions to be able to get it completed. So let's see what we have here. Let me move this out the way so we can assess our layout. Move this glue out the way. Sorry guys. Okay, so, and I think I'm just going to use this little paper clip. I'm going to turn this sideways. Or, I don't know. I'm so indecisive. I think I'll stick this in here. Put the paper clip either here or maybe even on here. No, because that takes away. That kind of takes away. I'm just going to put it, I'm still putting it right here. I still want it on the page because I can still put something there. I can tuck something here. So let's get a little close up. Here's our little lady with all the embossing. And then I added some fussy cut items on there. Let's see, and then we've got our little butterfly. Our numbers, and then a little key, and then we've got our one of my little doohickeys came off. I'll find it in a little bit. So where did it go? I'm gonna need you guys to tell me where it went. I know you probably saw it. Anyway, so we have this here. And so this little thing came from Fam as far as Happy Meal. And this one right here, oh, I can just show it. Okay, this is from Felicia. And of course, this gorgeous image is from Dawn of For Grace Creations. And Then I just have, and then this plastic lace is from Fam of Livy's Lovelies. Fam, let's see. And then our little fussy cuts, like this one right here and here. These I think were, I know it was from December, but I can't remember if it was Barbara or Louisa. One of them, one of their freebies from their December 2024 last year. And then I just had like little fussy cuts from my digitals on Ko-Fi. And I'll just have a link in the description if you're interested in any of that. But yeah, this is our little layout. So what do you guys think? Even though it took me 6 sessions, I'm sorry. Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos, blog, and social media sites. And if you want to play along, just play along and use the hashtag essenceoftime. That way we can find you on Instagram, YouTube, or wherever, you know. So if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. I think I've already said that, didn't I? So thank you guys so much for watching, and happy crafting.